Hello everyone, welcome once again into another tutorial, and this time we are going to be doing the earrings that I'm wearing, and they are made by Dale Armstrong. She is one of jewelry television designer, and she's a well-known wire wrapped artist. And she made this for me from my beads, and this is using the cone beads. And I know that I have quite a few requests on how to make the cone beads into jewelry and how you incorporate them into your jewelry. So that's what we are going to be doing today. Okay, the materials that you are going to be needing to make these earrings, you need cone bead, paper cone bead. You can make your own, or you can go to my Etsy shop, janicemay.etsy.com. You will need 3 of headpin. So this is about 2.5-inch headpin, and this is about 22 gauge or whatever you have available, or 22 or 24 gauge. You need this olive shaped bead, and you need the 2 small round beads. You also need a 6mm and a 3mm coordinating glass bead or gemstone or whatever you want to use. This is for this part, the dangle. And you will need some spacers and a gold bead. I'm using gold, but since I don't have the size of bead that she used here, I don't have handy 3mm or 4mm gold bead, so I'm just going to improvise. These are actually crimp covers, and you know how they look like that, they're open. I'm just gonna make them into a gold round bead by just closing it like so. So now I have a round bead. Okay, so you don't have to do that if you have this available, but I like to play MacGyver when I'm in my studio and it's like, oh, I don't have these beads, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make one. So that's what I did. So I'm just closing this crimp covers and make them into a ball, make them into a bead. So this way, you know, it's just for demonstration, but they came out really nice. And all of the materials here, you just need to double it up for the other earring. Okay, so you have a pair. So what you need to do, this is very simple. You also need this chain, okay, like this. This is for this part. I'm going to write up the exact length and dimension and all that. Just check my description box below, okay? So first, what are we gonna? We're gonna be making the wire that's going through this cone that is holding all this dangle charms right there. For that, you need this is 22 gauge craft wire, gold color, since I'm using gold. So all you need to do is make like you need to a wired loop. Okay, and this is how you make it. Bend it into like an L shape, and then put your round nose and bring this to the front, and then position your wire and then bring that short tail around. So now you have this. Okay, so now you can before you will leave that open, okay, and then you will put in your wire. Okay, now first we'll set that aside like that, and we're going to make this dangle, the glass bead dangle. You take your head pin and take the smaller bead, the 3 mm, and take the 6 mm, and then you will make them into a charm by doing the same thing. Make a wire loop the top of the bead like so, and I'm just using the round nose to do all that. And then you shouldn't be worried that, oh, I don't have a perfect round, because really nobody is going to see this. So now you are going to close that up, and I'm just going to wire wrap around the neck of this wire. Wire wrap, and then you just cut off the excess, and this is sometimes it's so hard to get in there. Okay, and now you need to just tuck in that protruding wire right there. Okay, so now you have your dangle. So you take the wire that you did earlier and made this round loop, and then start hanging your charms. Okay, so this is open right here, and then your chain. So I think it's that, and then the longer chain, or I don't think it really matters. Okay, and then the shorter one. Okay. So what you're gonna do now is you will close that loop, and by just again wire wrapping it like so. And I'd like to use my tool. I know some of you would probably just do that with your finger, but I feel this is stronger this way. Okay. Now I just need to trim. Okay. So now you are ready to put it through this. Okay. So you will, before I put it through this cone bead, I would like to put in like a buffer, because this way it does not go through the hole of your cone bead. And I'm just going to put small round bead on there. I'm using paper bead because I have this small paper bead, but you can also just use any bead, okay? So now when you pull this through like so, it will be like that, okay? So I am going to wrap this now, but first I will put in a spacer. So a spacer and then connect it to the wire. But let me grab that spacer, which I don't have. Now I have the spacer. I'm sorry you guys, it's not complete if I have not forgotten anything. So that's just me. Okay, so spacer, and then on top is another of the gold ball that I did earlier. Okay, right there. And then you do the same thing. You will do a wire wrap and like so. And I can just close this up completely and do this. Okay. That should come off, okay? So now let's finish the dangle for down here. You will take your headband again. We will make the round dangles and put in your ball. Round dangles will be that one. And then I will put in round paper bead and actually, okay, and a spacer, round paper bead, and I just need 3mm spacer right here, just to, I kind of not follow the design exactly. So then you make this into a charm by, again, wire wrapping. But don't forget now, before you close it, okay, put it through. This is the longer one, right? Put it through the chain, okay, before you close it up, like so, and then you close it up. Sorry. Okay. I don't know, I feel so relaxed ever since I can now make longer than 15-minute video. I don't have to rush, and then you just cut that off. And you do the same thing with this guy. Let me just make this into a ball. It'll be easier if you have, it can be, you can use, oh no, to grab one. It will be easier if you already have one made. Or just use, you don't have to use gold or metal ball. You can just use, this time I'm holding it. You can use crystals or, you know, whatever round bead you want, okay? So now we will put that in. And then I call this the petite bead. It's one of the very first bead that I learned how to make. Okay. And then do the same thing. Take your round nose and just wire wrap like so. Okay. But before closing it up, put it through the chain, the shorter one. Okay, there's a long chain, and you know, you can you can decide how long you want this chain dangle, you know, because you might be a taller person and you want it longer so that it reaches up to your shoulder or something like that. It's entirely up to you. So, okay, and just cut this off, and now you're done. Okay, now you need to connect it to your ear wire, and you need to open this up and connect it like so. And there's your earring. Okay, so I actually have one already finished. So now you have a pair. Okay, that's pretty. And this was Dale's pair. So there you have it. I hope you like this tutorial today. And Dale, thank you for the earrings. Till next time, thanks for watching.